Welcome, Minneapolis Junior Senior High School fans, to Rupert Field here in Minneapolis, Kansas, at the Otto County Fairground. As the MHS Lions baseball squad is hosting Concordia Panthers today in a doubleheader on a beautiful 70-some degree day.
He's out. Okay, run. There we go. Perfect. Get out of here. God dang it. Why are you not get in position again? Turn your left line around. Out of that thing.
Okay, welcome. We joined this game against Concordia in process here. It had some software problems. Looks like we're up and running now. We are at the fourth batter. We have 2 men on for Concordia. Up is Gavin Thomas, left fielder. We've had 1 hit and 1 walk so far. 1 out. It's 2 outs, excuse me. So we have an 0-1 count with 2 outs here. Spencer Davison pitching. We've got a steal attempt at second. Out at second. Stranding 1. So Spencer Davison got in a little bit of a jam. And got out of that smelling like a rose with that steal attempt at second base.
Okay, so we're still up to bat. He still had a count going. He'll bat next
Fresh
time.
count.
Fresh. But he'll start.
Yes.
He'll start the next one.
As your Lions get ready to come up to bat here in the bottom half of the first. Batting first is Trenton Meckel on deck. Nolan White in the hole. Caden Griffin. Meckel has been at bat 31 times so far. The batting average of .516. Trent has scored 27 runs, being on base. Starting pitcher for the Panthers is Gavin Thomas. From what I understand, they're starting 2 pitchers were used last Tuesday very heavily and are planning on being used next Tuesday in league games, so they are not making appearances at the mound tonight for the Panthers. Minneapolis has had a week of rest after being rained out at southeast of Saline last Tuesday. Didn't rain anywhere else, but it did rain at Gypsum. Okay, Trent Meckel up at bat. High and outside. Ball 1. Inside on that one, ball 2. The 2-0 pitch. High and outside. So Trent Meckel's going to draw a 3-0 pitch here. And gets number 4. Takes his base with a walk. Up is Nolan White, number 10. Shortstop. Caden Griffin on deck. Got a strike that time. Nolan White is batting .438 on the season. The 0-1 pitch, inside and low. High. Ball 2, 2-1 count. The 2-1 pitch. High, ball 3. So 3-1 coming up. The 3-1 pitch from Thomas. High, ball 4. So 2 walks to start off the inning here. Puts Caden Griffin. Caden Griffin up to bat. Center fielder. Griffin is batting a .341 average. On base percentage of .440. And those 2 walks draw a visit from all the infielders to the pitcher. Thomas's pitch. Strike 1. The 0-1 pitch, low in the dirt. Draws the count even at 1-1. Runners stay at second and first. Thomas's 1-1 pitch inside. Swung on though, fouled, back up over the fence by Griffin. Makes the count 1-2. No outs, 2 men on here in the bottom of the first. Thomas's 1-2 pitch. Outside. Evens the count at 2-2. The Concordia faithful deemed that a strike, but the umpire says no. The 2-2 pitch inside. He swings on it. Snagged up by the third baseman. A force out on Meckel. Gets 1 out for Minneapolis. A hit for Griffin. First hit of the afternoon for the Lions. Up is pitcher Spencer Davidson, the lefty. Davidson's averaging .441. Spitzer has an on-base percentage of .612. Has scored 20 runs on the season. Gets that picked up by the shortstop, out at first. Advances the runners to second and third in the scoring position. Brings up Cooper Thompson, the catcher, to bat. Cooper's batting .378 on the season, has an on-base percentage of .500. Your score is 0-0 here. 2 outs. 2 runners in scoring position for Minneapolis at second and third. The pitch outside. One-0 pitch for Thompson. Strike on that one. Evens the count at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Inside, but swung on and missed. The 1-2 pitch. Coming up. High and outside, evens the count at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch by Thomas. Swung on and made pop-up fly out into the center field and caught for the out. So that brings the inning to a close with Minneapolis stranding 2. Concordia stranded 1. 0-0 after 1 inning of play. Yeah. For your insurance needs, remember the Davidson Agency with Lyle Davidson, offices in Bennington, Delphus, and Minneapolis. Your nationwide insurance agent and also an independent insurance agent offering a wide range of companies and products. Lyle can be reached at 785-523-4202. Dale Leach for CityLinkTV.com here, being replayed on Eagle Community Channel 20. The low 70s today, a little breeze out of the southeast, looks like. Beautiful day for baseball. The 11-3 Concordia Panthers are visiting the 11-1 Minneapolis Lions here. Non-league competition, but the two are regional competitors, so wins or losses make a big difference here today. In seedings, Concordia beat Abilene last Tuesday 2-1 and 11-5. Their starting pitchers from those games are off today. Davidson's first pitch of the second inning is a ball. Low and inside, ball 2. The 2-0 pitch for Davidson. Swung on and missed, or fouled. Foul tip there. So the 2-1 count. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled down the line. That bat for Concordia is number 5, Hunter Schroeder, their catcher. So the count to Schroeder here is 2-2. The pitch, high and outside. Full count, 3-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Spencer.
He's gonna go backwards.
Actually, that's the second one.
Well, you gotta take your strikes and your balls back.
That was Dylan Reed, shortstop. So one down here for the Panthers here in the second inning.
And your outs are at
That pitch is a ball. 1-0 pitch, high, ball 2.
one out. There's 2 balls. You want me to do that?
The 2-0 pitch, inside, ball 3. Goes shows bunt. Draws a strike. He pulls it back. The 3-1 count to Reed. Swings on that. Gets through the gap. Osherman gathers it in left field. So Reed with a single. Second hit of the day for the Panthers. Up is Chase Parker, left fielder.
Not that I know of.
On deck, Tim Pelletier. The 1-0 pitch, swung on and hit out into right field. Was not a catch made in right field, but he's able to gather that ball in and do a force out on Reed at second. So a single for Parker. Panthers have a runner at first. That's Parker. Knocks that ball out into right field. And it's caught for the out. So for the second inning in a row, the Panthers strand one. That was Tim Pelletier. For the Panthers. Coming up for Minneapolis in the second inning is Lucas Vogel. Third baseman. For all your banking needs, consider the Citizen State Bank and Trust Company with locations in Delphos, Glasgow, and Minneapolis. Citizen State features online banking, deposit accounts, loans, investment and trust services, and the Farm and Ranch Corner. For all your banking needs, contact either Owen Kendall or Jared Schmidt. As I mentioned earlier, Concordia beat Abilene on Tuesday 2-1 and 11-5. Some common opponents back in March, they beat Beloit 9-5 and 13-0 at home. And on April 1, they beat Sacred Heart 15-1 and 19-8 at Salina. So those are common opponents. Minneapolis swept both of those opponents also. As I mentioned, we are regional competitors. Beloit, Concordia, Ellsworth, TMP, Hoisington, Central Plains, Larned, Lincoln, Sylvan Lucas, and Minneapolis in our region. Our number 1 and 2 pitchers are not playing today, as far as pitching anyway. Resting up from last Tuesday's game and coming up another important league contest for them next Tuesday. Vogel fouls that off to the right, out of play. The 0-2 count here to Lucas. Strikeout. Ball got away. He attempted first and is out. Up is Gaten Heald, first baseman. Also should start our second game at pitcher. Normal status anyway. Inside, strike one. Gaten has a .296 batting average, on base percentage of .500. Low and inside, 1-1 the count. Low again, so 2-1 is the count here to Gaten. The 2-1 pitch, high, right at me. Made me duck for a second. The 3-1 pitch coming up to Gaten. Inside, ball 4. Third walk of the day issued for or by Thomas. Up for Minneapolis is Cade Thomas, left fielder. Thomas has a .389 batting average. An error moves Gayton Heald to second. Foul tipped. Makes the count 1-1. Picked up by the third baseman. And is out at first. Up is Levi Osherman. Playing right field today. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Levi is batting .316 on the season, on base average of .481. Outside. Levi thought about chasing that, but pulled it back in time. 2-1 the count. Outside again. Makes the count 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4. Fourth batter walked today by Thomas. Puts runners at first and second for Minneapolis. Up, leadoff batter Trent Meckel, second time through the order. Trent got on with a walk in the first inning. Was forced out at second. Inside, ball 1. We have 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. The 1-0 pitch, high. Second ball. The 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike. The 2-1 pitch is outside. 3-1. He tags that out into right field. Fouled. So it makes the count full 3-2 with 2 outs. Osherman at first, Heald at second. Catcher Schroeder goes out to the mound to talk things over with Thomas, excuse me. The 3-2 pitch. The runners are moving. And Trent Meckel gets his second walk of the day. Fifth walk issued by Thomas. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. Up to bat is Nolan White. On deck is Caden Griffin. He tags that foul down the left field line. Nolan took a walk in the first inning. So the 0-1 pitch, low, ball 1. The 1-1 pitch to White, swung on and missed. Maybe a little high, but so 1-2 count to White. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Inside. Walks him and forces a run in. Gaten Heel gets a run, moves Minneapolis in front 1-0.
Did you give us a run?
Good idea.
Up the bat is Caden Griffin with bases loaded. We have a conference at the pitcher's mound again. Coach went out that time. Caden had a single, I believe. First time around. Fielder's choice, okay. He knocks that out into right field. They get underneath it and make the catch to end the inning. So Minneapolis takes a 1-0 lead here, stranding 3. To end inning number 2. Minneapolis stranded 2 runners in the first inning and 3 in the second. Concordia has stranded 1 runner in each inning. Scott Osherman Agency, your American Family Insurance agent, is available for all your insurance needs. Offices in Minneapolis and Belleville. You can reach Scott at 785-392-3111. Spencer David continues to pitch here in the third inning. He's had 2 strikeouts, issued 1 walk, has surrendered 3 hits, but no runs scored off those hits or walks yet. Spencer has started 4 games, has 4 wins and no losses. Coming into today, had pitched 16.2 innings. Has an ERA of 1.680. Ball 2 here, up to bat for the Panthers. So Nick Veneri, right fielder. Strike is called there. 1-2 the count. The 1-2 pitch. Low and in the dirt. Ball 2. The 2-2 pitch to Veneri. High. Ball 3. Full count, 3-2. Swung on. Hit to Meckel at second. He's out at first. Up for the Panthers is Tristan Jokums. First baseman. Take that back. He's not in the batting order. We are back to Jacob Williams, and he is out at first. Concordia is using a designated hitter. Up now is number 17, Trotsky, third baseman. Ball 1. Nope, strike. Little delayed call there. Fouled. Trotsky got a single first time through. Is down to the count. 0-2 here. The 0-2 pitch. Ball. Your 1-2 pitch. Inside. Evens the count at 2-all. The 2-2 pitch from Davidson. Outside. Full count now. 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on. Gets by Davidson. Picked up by the shortstop. Out at first. 1, 2, 3. Down they go. As we move to the bottom of the third. Nobody on base, and nobody stranded for the Panthers. 1-0 after 2.5 innings as Minneapolis comes up to bat. Up for Minneapolis will be Spencer Davidson, starting pitcher. On deck will be Cooper Thompson. D&M Body Shop is a proud sponsor of the Minneapolis Lions. Located at 1206 North 120th Road, Minneapolis. For all your auto body, paint, and interior repair needs, auto glass tinting and replacement, contact John Wright at 785-392-2666. Gavin Thomas will continue pitching for the Panthers. He's had one strikeout, has issued 6 walks, surrendered 1 hit. Davidson had a ground out in the first time around. Inside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Inside, ball 3. Cooper Thompson on deck is getting his exercise chasing down the wild pitches here this afternoon. The 3-0 pitch. Inside. And ball 4. Spencer Davidson on with a walk. Up is Cooper Thompson. On deck is Lucas Vogel. No outs here. Bottom of the 3rd. And we have courtesy runner on for Davidson. It's number 8, Daniel Watson. Tried for a pickoff at first. Panthers thought they had it, but the umpire says no. The 1 pitch. Tags that out into the gap in right field. That advances Watson to 3rd. And Thompson goes on to 2nd on a throwing error there on the Panthers. To 2 runners in scoring position here with no outs. Lucas Vogel up to bat. Ball inside and low. Ball 1. Outside, ball 2 to Vogel. Oop. Got a 1-1 count on the board. I missed that somewhere. That one's high and outside. Makes it 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Tags that just over the shortstop. It's going to score Watson. Moves Thompson to third, and Vogel gets a double. And an RBI. So with 2 runners in scoring position, no outs, it's 2-0 Lions. Gaten Heald up the bat for the Lions. Got on base with a walk last time and scored a run. Courtesy runner Daniel Watson scored the Minneapolis second run there on that RBI by Thompson. Pitch outside. 2-0 here to Heald. On deck is Cade Thomas from Minneapolis. Tags that to first base. Get an RBI, puts Thomas in. Puts Minneapolis up 3-0 here, excuse me. Cade Thomas, the lefty, at the plate. Levi Osherman on deck. Outside. There's 1 out. The runner at third from Minneapolis. Inside pitch. Count is 1-1. Fouls that over to the right. Makes the count 1-2. He puts that out in the outfield in the gap between center and right. That's going to score Vogel. Puts Minneapolis up 4-0. And the manager's, the coach coming out. I'm sure we'll have a pitching change here. Since his second trip to the mound. As Minneapolis is up 4-0 here. Levi Osherman at bat. Five hits surrendered by Thomas here. And he leaves with 66 pitches. In 2.1 innings. New pitcher is Jacob Williams in relief. Get some warm-ups here. Thomas had 1 strikeout issued 7 walks and surrendered 5 hits, giving up 4 runs in 2.1 innings of play. We have 1 man on here in the bottom of the third. That is Thomas at first base.
We don't have any. It's over there.
Concession stand over there.
It's over there.
We thought about opening a concession stand outside.
Yep. Okay. I don't know if I need to be like substituting anything.
Thomas moves out to right field.
Because he's not coming out of the lineup, so he's going to stay in the same place, right? Yeah.
I think so. They have to tell us if there's a change like that.
Okay.
If it's just within the field, I think maybe have to tell
Okay.
us.
So Levi Osherman comes to bat. Levi got on base with a walk. First time through. High and outside, ball 1.
They do.
Is that 3 days rest? I need to take pictures. That's not back in all time.
Yeah.
Inside, ball 2, and that's going to put Thomas to second on that wild pitch.
So he can't come back over on Monday. I guess it'll be Saturday, Sunday.
He wasn't their 1 or 2 pitcher though.
No, I know.
Steal by Thomas.
Call that a wild pitch.
Wild pitch, okay. Thomas moves to third on a wild pitch.
We had a wild pitch that took him to second. We just had a pass ball and took him to third. Oh, he already scored.
Do I have the right scoring for him?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so how do we mark the pass ball? Because that wasn't really so much a wild pitch as it was. He should have had that.
So the count is 3-0 to Jonah. The 3-0 pitch, high and outside. Jonah gets his second walk of the day. We have 2 runners on with first and third at the corners. Goes to the top of the order again with Trenton Meckel. Second baseman. Trenton's been on with 2 walks so far. Inside, ball 1. High. Meckel steals first. Or steals second from first. So 2 runners in scoring position here. The 2-0 count. High again, ball 3. Excuse me, that was Osherman that stole. Excuse me. Mickle's a bat. He can't steal yet. Inside now, he's on base for the third time today with a walk. Bases loaded. With one out. Up is Nolan White, who's been on base twice with walks today. High ball one.
Well, the foul balls count.
Inside call, strike one. The count is 1-1 with one out. The 1-1 pitch outside. Nice recovery by the catcher there. Not make sure that ball didn't get away. 2-1 the count. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and pops, flies that out to out of play on a foul. Evens the count at 2-2. High ball three. Full count now, 3-2. To Nolan White. Bases loaded, one out. High ball four. So White gets on with his third walk of the day, and that scores Thomas. Second walk surrendered by Williams here. Caden Griffin up to bat with bases loaded, one out. Caden's had one hit. Strike call there. The 0-1 pitch inside. He tags that out in the left field. Fouled. Down the left field line, makes the count 0-2. Spencer Davidson's on deck for the Lions. High. Makes the count 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Fouls that down the right side. Out of play. Keeps the count at 1-2. So the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit directly to the third baseman. He stops it. It's going to be a force out at third, but scores Osherman. So an RBI for Griffin. His second hit of the day. Oh, yeah, yeah. So Spencer Davidson's up. Spencer's been on with a walk, has had a ground out. 2 balls here, 2-0. Minneapolis is up 6-0 here in the bottom of the third. Fouls that back into the screen here. Cooper Thompson, on deck. 2 outs, bases loaded. Outside. Outside pitch again. Oh, called the strike. Counts 3-1.
It's 3-2.
3-2? Okay. Thank you. Full count. Tags that foul off to the left. So 3-2, 2 outs. 2 runners in scoring position at third and second. That's White and Griffin. Minneapolis up 6-0. Fouls that again to the left. "26 pitches here for Williams in relief so far. All in the third inning. High walks him. High and outside. Spencer's on base for a second time by a walk. Third walk surrendered by Williams in relief. And Daniel Watson comes in as a courtesy runner again. Bases loaded for Cooper Thompson. 2 outs. Cooper's had 1 hit and an RBI and scored 1 run. His hit was a single. The 0-1 count here. Ball 1. On deck is Lucas Vogel, third baseman. Inside. Ball 2. The 2-1 count coming up to Thompson. Strike there on the outside corner. Evens the count at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Bases loaded. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ends the inning. Strands 3. But Minneapolis scores 5 in the bottom of the third to take the 6-0 lead. So Minneapolis has had plenty of base runners. We've stranded 2 in the first inning, 3 in the second, and 3 in the third. Williams strikes out 1 in relief, issues 3 walks, and 1 hit on 32 pitches. Spencer David continues pitching for Minneapolis as we move to the top of the fourth. We thank our several sponsors for helping out with the costs of these video live streaming costs. Crooked Nail Studio in Minneapolis with Alexis Kern. Autotech in Minneapolis, Gary Keating and Dave Sweat. And the Klein Oil Company of Delphus with Jim Klein. Up for Concordia is Chase Carney. Center fielder. Ball one. Low and outside, ball two. The 2-0 pitch, swung on. Meckel, second baseman, gathers it up and puts him out at first. Brings up Gavin Thomas, who started at pitcher, is now out of right field. Fouls that back here. High and ball one, so the 1-1 count. The 1-1 pitch, swung on and hit, pop up, foul over the left field fence. Makes the count 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, outside. Spencer thought he caught a corner, but the umpire says no. Count evens at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. A ball again. Full count, 3-2. With one out. The 3-2 pitch, inside. Caught that corner, struck him out. Third strikeout for Spencer on the day. Up to bat is Hunter Schroeder, catcher. Foul tip. The 0-1 pitch. Inside, ball one. The 1-1 pitch to Schroeder. He tags that out into center field. That's going to fall for a hit. Griffin gathers that up, gets it to second base, stop the runner. So Panthers get their 4th hit of the day, all singles. One runner on with 1 out. 2 outs, excuse me, yep. Pickoff attempt. It's not there in time. Up to bat is number 11, Dylan Reed. Shortstop for the Panthers. Dylan had a hit his first time through. We're on the second time through the order for the Panthers in this 4th inning. As they trail your line 6-0. High ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. It's a strike 1. His little delays on calling those strikes makes you think he's going to call a ball. The 1-1 pitch coming up. Ball on that pitch. Pickoff attempt by Cooper Thompson to first. 2-1 count here to Reed. Fouls that back to the right side. Evens the count at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch inside. He fouls it. No, it pops it up. Excuse me. Center fielder makes the catch. Griffin to end the inning. So the Panthers strand 1 here, go through 4 innings with no runs. Spencer Davidson has 3 strikeouts, has surrendered 1 walk, and 4 hits with no runs so far through 4 innings. Up to bat in relief, up pitching for relief is Jacob Williams for the Panthers. Davidson has 65 pitches through 4 innings. Williams had 32 pitches in relief in 2/3 of an inning. Up to bat for Minneapolis is Lucas Vogel. On deck, Gaten Heald, first baseman. Lucas has 1 hit and scored a run. His 1 hit was a double. First time he was up to bat. He's had 1 ground out. Tags that by the pitchers. Second baseman misses it. So that would be an error, Mr. Meckel, is that right? our purposes, we'll credit him with a hit. Since mine aren't official stats anyway. Gaten Heald up the bat. First baseman for the Lions. Third time through the order. He's had one hit. And an RBI, has scored one run. Tags that foul down the left side. Six 0 Minneapolis here in the bottom of the fourth. Nobody on, nobody out. 2 strikes here for Gaten Heald. Excuse me, Vogel's on. And that was a great save by third baseman there. He throws out Vogel at second. Heald is safe at first. Thomas, right to the first baseman, who catches the ball and get a rundown on Heald as he was moving to second. So Thomas took a swing at the first pitch and went right to the first baseman. And Heald is out on base running.
About 12 or 13. Well, it's about 12, I think. 'Cause didn't we have a couple of fouls that were already on the second strike?
So Minneapolis doesn't score any runs there in the fourth inning.
9, 10, 11, and 11.
First inning, fourth inning, no runs. 1 run in the second.
Hit the first pitch.
5 in the third.
No one Vogel hit the first pitch. And then
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Sorry. We went into my fourth column in the third inning.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3.
I only had
Okay,
5
Vogel.
pitches.
Yeah, Vogel hit the first pitch. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, we move to the top of the fifth. Minneapolis leading 6-0. Up to bat for the Panthers, number 43, Chase Parker, who got a hit first
Sorry, I was counting.
time through.
Part of last inning because they went over into my column. I just went straight down.
One of the 4 singles for the Panthers. Swing and a foul as a result of that pitch. Makes the count 0-1. High. Ball 1. The 1-1 pitch. He pops that out into right field. It's going to fall foul. Out of play.
What inning is this? Good board over there.
Fifth inning, yes.
Good board right there. Nick, middle of it. Fifth?
Oh, you
Top 5.
So the count is 1-2.
Next, Jake.
A 1-2 pitch high, ball 3, or ball 2. 2-2 even. Pops that up. Keeps the count at 2-2. On deck is number 0, designated hitter Tim Pelletier. Full count now, 3-2. He tags out it in center, doesn't quite get to the field. Meckel makes the play. The edge of the grass. Brings Pelletier to the plate. Had a fly out in the first time through. A strike on that one. The 0-1 pitch. Gets that. Meckel's off the pit, off his mitt over to the shortstop, Nolan White, who gathers it in time to throw the batter out at first. So 2 down. Nick Peavy, excuse me. Nick Veneri, up the bat. Right fielder for the Panthers. The count is 1-1. Veneri had a ground out first time through. Tags that to the second baseman, gathers it up, and Meckel throws him out at first to Gayton Heald. So 1, 2, 3, they go down here in the top of the 5th. Oh, I have them the opposite. Thank you. I was thinking the guy out there was taller than Thank you for that correction. Yeah, my mind was going, something's not meshing up here. Okay, we move to the bottom of the 5th. Jacob Williams still pitching in relief for the Panthers. Up the bat, Levi Osherman for the Lions. Left fielder. Levi's been on base twice with walks, has scored 1 run. Minneapolis up 6-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Ball 1.
I sit all day.
Outside ball 2.
Well, good, good. You shouldn't.
Outside ball 3. A 3-0 pitch. Swung on and hit to the shortstop. Osherman's out at first. On the ground out. Trent Meckel at bat as we start the 4th time through the order. Trent's been on 3 times with walks. High there, ball 1. He's been called out twice on base running. Strike there makes the count 1-1. Ooh, hit him. Beamed him right in the chest. So Minneapolis has a runner on base with 1 out. Up is Nolan White, who's been on base 3 times with walks also. Low, ball 1. Inside, ball 2.
So we're getting to the par 3, and they're hitting on the par 4, right? So they're on the tee box, and Kerry hit one, shanked it a little bit, and then said hit tee box, he hard 4, but he didn't hit Daniel in the hit him.
Inside, ball 3.
We come down, hit him in the head, ball it, Kerry off, he was laying on the ground, like, oh my god, Kerry felt so bad.
Well, mine went so fast.
I mean, it was like,
I didn't have time to yell for. I looked, I was like, oh crap.
it was like, oh my god.
Because you know you don't want to start him and look up, and then he gets actually hits with a hit or something.
Oh, called a strike on that one. 3-1 count now.
Good seam and all up there. We knew they were coming.
I was about ready to send him to first.
Usually, I mean, you still would hit to the green. Just the odds are anything like that.
3-1 pitch. Swung on and tagged up to right field. It's going to fall foul.
Speaking one time with my buddy and I were going
Makes the count full at 3-2.
the other way. He took a shot like right on the side of his leg. That thing blackened his leg like nothing.
Right on the end of the ankle, that's the bad part. I had orthopedics.
The ball was like, it was just like skirmish. Just like,
3-2 pitch. Third baseman gathers it up after fumbling it for a minute. White is out at first.
good third baseman, isn't he, Kristen?
Yeah, he is.
Moves Meckel over to second. Caden Griffin's up to bat for the Lions. He's had 2 hits and an RBI. 2 down here. He puts that out in the outfield into a gap between right field and center. That scores Meckel, and he's going to go for a triple, standing up. So a stand-up triple and an RBI for Caden Griffin.
That was on his first pitch, wasn't it?
Big RBI. Huge. Another one right here. Huge.
Makes it 7-0 Minneapolis with one runner in scoring position. 2 outs. Spencer Davidson up to bat. Spencer's been on base twice with walks, had a ground out. Outside. Makes the count 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Just snagged by the shortstop. It puts him out at first and saves the run. So Minneapolis strands one. But scores a run to make it 7-0 after 5. So we move to the top of the 6th. Minneapolis leading 7-0. I'd like to thank some of our other sponsors. Sunflower Realty with Monty Nelson here in Minneapolis. Crossland Crop Insurance with John Pruitt, also here in Minneapolis. And your Hometown Hardware with Pam Barker and Vicki Kaufman. We thank all our sponsors for helping out with the costs of these live stream video broadcasts of MHS Lions Sports. Spencer has a pitch count of 77 through 5 innings. Williams in relief for the Panthers has a pitch count of 54. In 2 2/3 innings. Up to bat for the Panthers, third time through the order, is Jacob Williams, the relief pitcher. He's had 2 ground outs so far. Strike 1 on the outside corner. He tags that out in the left field, falls for a hit in front of Osherman. So just the 5th hit surrendered by Davidson so far. They've all been singles. So 1 man on, no outs here for the Panthers. Up to bat, Kreski, third baseman. The 0-1 pitch here. Popped up foul. The on-deck batter for the Panthers is Carney. Number 3. Center fielder. The 0-2 pitch coming here. Struck him out. 4th strikeout for Davidson. Swing and a miss. Ball one. He was the count at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Into the gap between first and second. That moves the runner to third. Sixth hit surrendered by Davidson today. Runners at the bases for the Panthers, first and third. Or right at the corners, excuse me. Thomas up the bat. Scores number 1, Williams, with that hit by Thomas. Fielding error possibly there by the Lions. Puts runners at first and second with 1 out. 7-1 the score. Strike one. Up to bat is the catcher, Hunter Schrader. Hit through the gap to center field. And quite a throw from Griffin out in center field to stave off the runner coming home. Loads the bases up here. Second hit of the day for Schrader. Up to bat for the Panthers, Dylan Reed, shortstop. 1 out. Bases loaded. The Lions up 7-1. High and outside, ball one. Reed hits that out into right field. Gets by the right fielder. That scores number 3. 33. They hold up after that. So 2 RBIs for Reed. Carney and Thomas score for the Panthers, making it 7-3. And we have a conference at the pitcher's mound for the Lions. 2 runners in scoring position, second and third for the Panthers. Davidson remains at the pitcher's mound. Chase Parker up to bat for the Panthers. Outside pitch, ball 1. Ball 2. Runners at second and third with 1 out. He hits that out into left. But Osherman was on it. He gets away from him. It's going to score 2. Reed and Schrader. The single for Parker and 2 RBIs. All of a sudden it's 7-5 Minneapolis. It was 7-1 or 7-0 for quite a while. Five runs in the top of the 6th here. Gets to Meckel, force out at second. Oh, dropped it. It's still force out at second, but we can't get the double play. That was Pelletier, their designated hitter. Up to bat is Veneri. Nick Veneri, left fielder. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1-1. Pickoff attempt. No good. The 1-1 pitch. Pop up. Third baseman, Vogel's underneath, makes the catch to end the inning. So the Panthers strand 1 in the top of the 6th, but score 5 runs to make it Minneapolis 7. Concordia 5 as we move to the bottom of the 6th. Spencer Davidson has 97 pitches through 6. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, has surrendered 11 hits. Williams continues in relief for the Panthers. Has had 1 strikeout, surrendered 5 walks, and just 1 hit surrendered so far. Up to bat for Minneapolis is Cooper Thompson. Lucas Vogel on deck. Williams has thrown 54 pitches in relief here. And his 2 2/3 innings worked. Thompson has 1 hit, an RBI, and a run so far today. His hit was a single. Outside, ball 1. High, ball 2. Nobody on base, so no base running there. Three and 0 the count. Your 3-0 pitch, high, ball 4. Cooper Thompson on base for the first time today with a walk. 6th walk issued by Jacob Williams in relief here. Up to bat for Minneapolis is Lucas Vogel. 4th time at the plate. He's had 2 hits, scored 1 run. He's had a single and a double. Fouls that back to the right here. The 0-1 pitch by Williams inside. 1-1 pickoff attempt at first. It's too late. The 1-1 pitch outside. Thompson stays at first. Schrader, the catcher, had to chase that. So the 2-1 count. Inside, ball 3. The 3-1 pitch outside, ball 4. So Vogel on base for the first time today with a walk. 7th walk issued by Williams. No outs here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 men on for Minneapolis. Gayton Heald coming up to bat. Cade Thomas on deck. Gayton has had 2 hits and an RBI. He scored 1 run. He's been on base with a walk 1 time. have a conference at the pitcher's mound for the Panthers. And a new pitcher, number 11, the shortstop, Dylan Reed. So after 63 pitches,
Where'd they go to? Oh, they had it on the calendar wrong. Okay.
and 2 2/3 innings.
Dylan Reed.
Yeah, but take
63. Okay, number 1 was the pitcher, right?
Yes,
Who's the pitcher now?
Dylan Reed,
11?
well, except
11. Yes,
Dylan, yeah.
Dylan.
fastest
Dylan.
varsity in half. Anyways, well, being home at 7 if Brock hasn't gotten back by then, because I'm sure you probably need to pick up your room if this is our weekend with Brock. Is there any place for Brock to actually sleep and be?
So a pitching change for the Panthers, their third
All right.
pitcher of the day.
And then make sure he's cleaned up.
Minneapolis has 2 runners on. Gate and Heald up to bat. K. Thomas on deck.
Yeah, I cooked way too much, Terry, so the scorekeeper wants the food.
So Dylan Reed pitching for the Panthers. Moves from shortstop. Strike 1. Outside. Ball 1, 1-1.
I marked out your sheet there.
Oh, you did?
You wrapped up with 63, right?
Yeah, 63 pitches. Mm-hmm. Got a ball.
Does it?
No ball. Timeout.
That's fine right there.
So the 1-1 pitch coming. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. The 1-2 pitch outside. Evens the count at 2-all. The 2-2 pitch coming from Reed. Outside, way outside. Makes the count full at 3-2. No outs, 2 runners on base. K. Thomas on deck. Low and in the dirt, walks him. getting healed on with a walk for the second time today. Bases loaded. No outs. Up is Cade Thomas from Minneapolis. On deck, Levi Osherman. Reed tosses the ball in to get a new one. Cade Thomas has had one hit today, an RBI. Has scored one run. Had a fly out and a ground out. Tags that into the outfield. That's going to fall for a hit. Scores Thompson. Vogel. Healed. Stand up double. Triple, excuse me, for Cade Thomas. Fourth RBI of the day for Cade Thomas. Levi Osherman at bat right now. Fouled. 1-1 the count. Levi's been on with 2 walks today. Has scored 1 run. Playing left field. Tags that. Gets to the third baseman. Osherman's out. Oh, he's safe. First baseman couldn't contain that. Thomas stays at third. 6th error on the Panthers today. Up to bat, 5th time through the order, Trent Meckel. Been on base 4 times with walks. Reich right down the center of the plate. No outs here. Runners at the corners. The count is 0-1 to Trent Meckel. Osherman steals second. His second steal of the day. So 2 runners in scoring position, no outs. Inside and high. Counts now 2-2 to Trent. Two pitch. Yes. Falls for a hit. over the shortstop. That scores Thomas. Trent gets his first hit of the day with a single and an RBI. Thomas scores his second run. Makes it 11-5, Minneapolis.
No outs, right? Correct.
No outs, runners at the corners. Nolan White at bat. He's been on with 3 walks. Has had a ground out. 0-1 the count here. Runners at second and third. Right to second base. Yeah, that should tour. That scores Osherman, right? Okay, Nolan White was out on a ground out or a fly out.
Okay, so they're calling it an out then?
Catch and a double up.
I thought they ruled it down.
He was on second base. He was there.
Is Osherman's score? Or is he out? There was not a force out at third. I'm a little confused. Cade Griffin's up to bat. So what about Osherman at third? I don't understand. What about Osherman at third?
Doubled him up.
He didn't tag
It's
out.
a catch.
Oh,
Play.
okay,
Catch in the air and a doubled him off.
okay.
So Trent was already at second, so they can't.
So Osherman didn't go back and tag at third. It scored out. Pop-up foul to the right side makes it 0-2. The score is currently 11-5. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. Gets by the catcher, pitcher, second baseman snags it up and puts him out of first. So Minneapolis strands 1, but scores 4, making it 11-5. As we move to the top of the 7th. Minneapolis has stranded 10 runners so far. Concordia has stranded 4 through 6 innings. We lead 11-5. And a 1-2-3 right here by Nolan White in relief would win the game. You know how many pitches Davidson had?
Yeah, he had 97.
97, that's right.
Okay. Okay.
So Davidson retired after 6 innings with 97 pitches, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, surrendered 11 hits. And Nolan White in relief here in the top of the 7th. Up to bat for the Panthers, Jacob Williams, who started out at second base, moved to relief pitcher, and is now playing, I'm not sure what. Crew Martin is in the game for Heald. Spencer Davidson moves to first. This game's been running for 2 hours and 17 minutes so far. Ball 1. Fouls off to the right. Nolan White has pitched 10.1 innings in 4 games. Has 1 save and 1 win. To second base. Out. Crew Martin gathered that up, gets it to first. So 1 down, 2 to go. Up to bat, Trasky, third baseman. The pitch, inside, ball 1. Low, ball 2. Oh. Called strike. His delayed calls on the strikes really faked me out.
That's why I wait. Because for some reason he does not call it.
Outside, ball 2. The 2-1 pitch. Outside. Evens the count at 2-2. No, 3-1, excuse me. The 3-1 pitch. Strike on the inside corner. Full count now, 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Oh.
Down. Watch the second.
A walk issued there. Puts a runner at first with 1 out. Up to bat, Cravey, center fielder, number 3. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. Strike two. What?
Pitch, Terry. No pitch on a balk.
Okay, a balk is called. Moves the runner to second. Count is 0-1. So another runner in scoring position for the Panthers. Ooh, a narrow miss on the inside. 1-1 is the count. Outside, ball two. Strike two. Evens the count at 2-2. Makes the count full at 3-2. I heard him take ball that time. The 3-2 pitch, swung on and hit. Gets by the second baseman. Chased down by Griffin in the center field. That's going to score Trasky. So Carvey with a single, his second hit of the day, and an RBI. Scores 11-6 in favor of the Lions. One down. Gavin Thomas up to bat. He's had a hit and an RBI, scored one run. Outside. The count is 1-1. Outside, ball two. Oh, caught the corner. 1-2. I could have sworn that's where that ball was last time, but I'll take it. Tags that. Pitcher cuts it off, throws him out at first. And they got him at second. Got the base runner at second to end the game. Somehow the base runner must have overran the base, threw the ball back to him, and tagged him out. Final score 11-6 in favor of your Minneapolis Lions here in Game 1. 2 hours and 24 minutes. $19 pitches for Nolan White in relief. 1 inning pitched. 21 pitches for the second relief pitcher, Reed, for Concordia. So 11-6 the final. Your Lions go to 12-1 on the season. The Panthers fall to 11-4. The winning pitchers: Spencer Davidson, 4 strikeouts, issued 1 walk, surrendered 11 hits, pitched 6 innings, a pitch count of 97 for giving away in the 7th inning to Nolan White. Time for our play of the day, play of the game, and player of the game, and they're both going to involve Cade Thomas, the right fielder. Cade is going to get to play the game with the 3-run triple, stand-up triple, when we were down to about a 2-run lead, 7-5, and that blew the doors open again. And that is sponsored by the Davidson Agency, Lyle Davidson, and we're also going to give Cade the player of the game. He had 1 hit, scored 4 RBIs, and 2 runs on the day, and that's sponsored by the Citizen State Bank and Trust. So the play of the game involved Cade Thomas with his stand-up triple, 3 RBIs, and he gets the player of the game also. We'll be back with Game 2 shortly. Dale Leach for Eagle Communications Channel 20 and CityLinkTV.com.